everybody. Hold on. All right, we're good now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Play by Play with Dr. Delay. I, of course, am Dr. Delay, putting a hat on because my hair is a mess. And, of course, tonight we have Game 2 of the series between the Cubs and the Giants. The Giants, of course, winning yesterday by a score of 5-2. We covered that one, of course. The Giants, of course, they kind of popped off for a few innings, so getting the offense going. They'll look to do that again tonight as, again, the Cubs, usually a high-power offense, didn't show up last night. I'm sure they'll show up tonight, so can the Giants keep it going will be the question. Thank you, Draven, for stopping on by. Let's get this W. Giants, and I ain't speaking the NFL team starting a 30-plus-year-old quarterback. Man, this guy, why are you hating Russ like that, man? Russ is not too shabby. On the mound for the Giants, it's going to be Carson Whisenhunt, 24-year-old lefty, 1-1 record, 4.91 ERA, whip of a 1.42. He's a rookie, just making his debut just a month ago. So congratulations to him, as this is my first time seeing how he'll do. Starting lineup for the Giants going to be Ramos, Devers, Adames, Smith, Chapman, Schmidt, Lee, Matos, and Knizner. I forgot how. Andrew Knizner. I can't remember. Anyway, for the Cubs, it's going to be Colin Ray. 10-5 record. 3.96 ERA, whip of a 1.29. Thank you. Hey, how's it going, Charles? You have a great night as well. It is a pretty decent day. My day's been not really the greatest, but I'll just have to deal with it. Last 7 appearances, 3-2 record, 4.08 ERA. So not too shabby, a little bit below what he's been doing as of late, but he'll be fine, I'm sure. Starting lineup for the Cubs going to be Horner, Tucker, Suzuki, Turner, Kelly, Crow Armstrong, Swanson, Shaw, and Castro. Howdy, Hammer. How is it going? Stop by to show my support and hit the like button. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know the Phillies and Mets. The Mets, I believe, swept the Phillies 6-0. You can't quite see it on the screen, but yeah, that is brutal. Brutal for the Phillies. Very good for the Mets as they keep it going. Taking advantage of the Phillies just not scoring. Hello, my first ever video. Oh, congratulations. So watch the self-promo, buddy. Watch the self-promo. Watch it. Do it again. We might have to take care of something. Again, it should be a good one tonight. The Cubs, of course, falling to the Giants yesterday. I'm sure, again, they're looking to get back into business. I don't remember how the Brewers doing against the Diamondbacks. The Brewers currently down to the Diamondbacks. So, again, the Brewers, we all kind of thought, they'd be running away with the division. But, again, we'll see what happens. Again, still a month left to play. Of course, they still have a comfortable lead. The Cubs 6.5 games back in the wild card spot. The Giants, again, they really just need to take 2. They need to win tonight or tomorrow to even have a chance. Again, and it's not looking good because the Mets, again, they just swept the Phillies. So we'll see how it goes. We shall see how it goes. That's the score tonight, 6-0. Yeah. No, that's crazy. All right, again, the starting pitcher, Whisenhunt, a rookie, 24-year-old, second-round pick, actually, from the Giants. Again, his ERA, 4.91, his 5th career start, and it's against the Cubs. So, again, going to be quite the test for him. Make sure, again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to leave a like before you go. It definitely helps out this little channel. As Nico Horner is stepping up to the plate, we're about ready to get started in this one. He's batting .288 on the year, OPS of .707, 4 homers and 50 RBIs. I'm going to start a YouTube channel and click Dr. Delay out of context. Oh, wow, that's actually, that would be funny. That would be awesome. I would promote you for sure. Hello, Doctor. Was Moises a little better on the Cubs than the Giants? I can check that out in after at the half-minute inning break. As here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Starts him off with a changeup. 81-mile-per-hour changeup just below the knees. Reds were up 1-0. Now they're down 2-1. Oof. 0-1 count to Nico Horner. As Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Nico Horner yesterday was 0 for 4, so he's looking to get on for the first time this series. 1-1 count. Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That's going to be jammed right past the shortstop, just over the outstretched glove of Adames, as Horner is going to get on. So look at that, his first hit of the series, first hit of the game, first at-bat of the game. That's the start the Cubs were looking for. So that'll bring up Kyle Tucker, spanning .262, OPS of .836, 21 homers, and 69 RBIs on the season. Tucker yesterday was 1 for 4, did strike out twice. As Wisenhunt sets and fires. That is in there for a called strike. Oh wow, look at that! Thank you, Hammer, dude. Hammer, you've been very generous to me, dude. I appreciate you, Hammer. And shout out Dole Whip. What a name, by the way. For getting that gifted membership. Thank you, sir. You're awesome. Here is the 0-1. That is going to be in there for a called strike. Count is 0-2. Hopefully, Hammer, that means you had a very good day with some of the parlays. Is Nico a Greek name? I would say so, Sean. 0-2 count to Kyle Tucker. Wisenhunt kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Tucker goes down. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Spanning .244, OPS of .796, 27 homers and 87 RBIs. Suzuki went 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk. And I'll be sure to add that to the gifted membership thing on the video. Of course, that'll be tomorrow, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. 84 right down the middle. Last night wasn't bad, mainly just excited for a great sports weekend. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Hammer, thank you again. Yeah, it's going to be so fun. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. And that's in there for a called strike. I was going to say that was close. Again, there was no... The Cubs broadcast took away the strike zone, so now it's going to be brutal for me. 0-2 count. Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That is in the dirt for ball 1. Good evening, Chris. How's it going? Go Giants. Greg the Hammer Valentine. 1-2 counts to Seiya Suzuki. Wisenhunt sets, rocks, and fires. That is just low for ball 2. Do I watch the NC State game? Are they playing? Are they playing East Carolina? I think they are. I mean, that'll be a pretty good game. 2-2 counts. Here's the pitch. That is way upstairs for ball 3. 94 on the radar gun. Yes, indeed. Go Giants is right. Tomorrow is a doubleheader for me. I'll be very busy in the morning. I won't even be at the house. But when I get back, I'll pretty much be doing Pirates-Cardinals in the afternoon. As here is the 3-2. That is inside for ball 4. So a walk there, and that'll put runners on first and second for the Cubs. And then, of course, later that night I'll be doing Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin. We'll see how that one goes. As Justin Turner is coming to the plate. He pinch hit yesterday. I believe he was 0 for 1. He was. He's batting .217, OPS of .606, 3 homers, and 15 RBIs on the season. Who had the tastier name, Chili Davis of the Giants or Steve Trout of the Cubs? Chili Davis. Chili is just so good. Wisenhunt looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is going to be outside for ball 1. Every year I bet $20 on a major upset. This year it's St. Francis over UL Monroe. And honestly, yeah, UL Monroe is kind of a joke. So apologies to any UL Monroe fans out there, but Anyway, here's the 1-0. That is way upstairs for ball 2. So Wisenhunt in a little bit of trouble here. 2-0 count. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Leadoff single to Horner. Then Tucker got out, but then again a walk to Suzuki as Wisenhunt looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. What time tomorrow? What time is it? Let me cheat. Tomorrow, baseball at 1:10 p.m., football at 7:55. 7:55. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 92. Blew it right past him. Let's go Chili. Yeah, no, Chili's just, that's a good name. It's a great name, honestly. I don't know if I'd want to be called Chili, but 2-2 count. Wisenhunt looking back at second. Kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. Chili pronounced dominates. Yeah. Coco Crisp. Hey, there we go. Former A and Red Sox, I believe. Yeah, Coco Crisp. That's a good one. 1,000 IQ by the parents, by the way. 2-2 count. Wisenhunt looks back at second and fires. That is in the dirt. And the count is full, 3-2. Taste your name, Chili Davis or Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh, man. I'm still going to say Chili. Chili Davis. 3-2 to the old man Justin Turner. Of course, not really that old, but for baseball purposes, he is. Here's the 3-2. That is outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Loads him up. Man. A little bit of trouble here for the rookie. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly's batting .261, OPS of .793, 13 homers, and 42 RBIs on the season. Yesterday, Kelly was 1 for 4 with an RBI. As Wisenhunt sets, kicks, and deals. That is inside for ball 1. Wisenhunt just struggling to find the strike zone. Sticking with Chili. Yeah, that's the one. That's going to win almost every time. 1-0 counts. Wisenhunt sets and fires. That is inside for ball 2. Again, these are close, but they're not there. They're not even 50-50 calls. They're just outside. That case just inside. 2-0 counts. Wisenhunt rocks and fires. Kelly hits this to right, and that is a foul ball. Chili Davis or Giants linebacker Pepper John? No, Chili. I'm sorry. Chili is just too good, Sean. Count is 2-1 to Carson Kelly. Again, bases are loaded with 1 out here in the top of the first. 0-0, of course, is still the score. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. 81 below the knees. He swung and missed there. That evens the count at 2-2 for the catcher, Carson Kelly. Count is 2-2. Kelly did step out. Now he steps back into the box. Pretty big at bat here for both teams, really, as Wisenhunt sets and delivers. Chopper to short. Oh, this is huge. There's 1 and 2. A double play. Oh, wow. Wisenhunt gets what he needs there. A ground ball. The Cubs were threatening, but they can't do anything as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score is still 0-0 here in San Francisco. Once again, folks, thank you very much for clicking on this live stream. Again, it's just a little channel. I appreciate you guys for giving me a shot to call this game. Make sure to hit the like button. That like button is so clutch for small channels like me. And, of course, if you're a sports fan, make sure to subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Of course, this is what I do. Been doing it since opening day. Yesterday, I actually called this series as well, as I do bounce around. Of course, it is mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around. And, of course, I'll be doing the playoffs and plenty of football on the channel. So, if you're a sports fan, that's what I'm saying. If you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe, as we've had a lot of success as of late. with that. So definitely do that. Thank you again for even clicking on the live stream. It really does help the little channel. Need a double play. I need to look up the Moises Alou. How was he? What was the question? I can't remember. Let's see. Was it Giants or Cubs, right? Okay, yeah, thank you for getting in the way there. I'm going to say the Cubs had a really good year. Well, I mean, the Giants, he was pretty good too, but I think the 39 home run year kind of takes it. So I'm going to go Cubs final answer. That's what I'm going to do. All right, we're returning to action in San Francisco, where again it's 0-0. Elliot Ramos will be due up. He's batting .264, OPS of 741, 15 homers and 56 RBIs. Yesterday was really good. Yeah, that's right. He went 3 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. So Elliot Ramos had a really, really good day yesterday. Jacob Frederick, yo, what's up? How's it going? Thank you for stopping on by. Ray sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be in there for a called strike on the outside corner. You just did your fantasy football draft. I just did a draft actually as well. Just did one of them. Here is the 0-1. That is way outside for ball one. That yeah, it was like an 18. This is the most teams I've ever been a part of. 18 teams. And honestly, I don't think I did too bad for 18 teams. Here is the 1-1. That is outside for ball two. Really excited for the Badger game. Oh yeah, me too. Football to me is that's just my number one. That is my number one. 2-1 counts. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number one. So that's his first out of the series. That'll bring up Rafael Devers. Devers is batting .252, OPS of 832, 25 homers and 84 RBIs. Yesterday was 1 for 4 with an RBI. That was that jammed, when he got jammed inside and was a blooper to left. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. You drafted DK? Me too, actually. I can't remember what round it was, but 0-1 counts. Here is the pitch. That is outside, as that is a 1-1 count. Culpepper started with a C, sir. Dante Culpepper, legend for the Vikings, started with the C. Here's the 1-1. Devers hits this to center. Crow Armstrong at the wall. That one is out of here. Look at that. Rafael Devers. His 26th home run of the year. And the Giants take an early advantage in this one, as they now lead 1-0. Look at that. Maybe the Giants, they're not dead yet. You remember the Aaron Rodgers quote from many years ago. Well, not many years ago, a few years ago. We're not dead. Maybe the Giants aren't dead. As Willy Adames coming to the plate, he's batting .223, OPS of 718, 22 homers, 65 RBIs. Yesterday was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Looking for a better performance today. Here's the pitch. Chopper to third. It's slow. Throws to first. Oh, what a play. Shaw and Turner. Turner with a great pick. Shaw with just amazing play to get him out. That was very nice. Jeez, that'll bring up Dominic Smith. Again, that was a heck of a play by Shaw. They're just a slow little dribbler. Man. He's batting .278, OPS of 730, 3 homers and 22 RBIs. Did not play yesterday. Last time he did play was against the Brewers a few days ago. He went 0 for 4. As Ray sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Honestly, didn't even know there was a game tomorrow until I saw your line. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I'm glad to inform you there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, college football is going to be a hit-and-miss thing. Here's the 0-1. That is low for ball one. For me, yeah. I mean, for football, I'm going to struggle. I'm not going to get the views. I just got to power through And then next year, we might be able to have a good size. Here's the 1-1. That is low for ball 2. Baseball again for me. I mean, Sean was here. Draven was here. Yeah, at the beginning. Yeah, it was pretty much just us in here. Of course, Nick and Luis were there. 2-1 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside, but it's called a strike. And I do appreciate you guys for tuning on in, as it's a 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Smith is going to ask for time. The Giants taking an early advantage, 1-0, thanks to Rafael Devers with a solo shot. JJ redirect. Oh, wow. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Here's the 2-2. That is outside ball 3. Phillies are sick and need a doctor. They do. Probably not me, though. They probably need an actual one. Count is 3-2. Ray sets and fires. Ground ball to first. Turner's going to take it himself for outs number 3. That was a battle of who can jog slower. I mean, what in the world was that? As we head to the top of the second, the Giants, they lead 1-0 here in San Francisco, thanks to Rafael Devers. Yeah, that was between Turner and Smith, and they were competing to see who could get there second. That's how I can describe that. Good day, Bing. How's it going? Thank you for stopping on by, as always. I love college football, so I'll be here no matter what. Okay, appreciate it. As Ryan Cascarelli stopping on by. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Did the Mets beat them? Yes, they did. They swept the Phillies. The Mets, they're not dead, just like the Giants here. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Once again, folks, thank you guys for stopping on by. I do appreciate it. Again, hit that like button. And, of course, it's the end of the inning. So, shout out the members. Again, thank you very much. I'm going to mess up my stuff over here. What the heck? Again, thank you to the Delay Diehards, Hammer, Tris, Chris, and, of course, the commercial sponsor, Coffee Beans, and, of course, the Super Chatters, Hammer, Rising Rhino Magic, Magic Man, Draven, Abacus Flinch, Hugh, rolling with Randy, and, of course, the gifted Sports Roustabout. And now, it's going to be Dole Whip up there. But yes, the scoreboard update brought to you by Coffee Beans. Twins leading the Blue Jays 8-7. Royals leading the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks leading the Brewers 3-2. Astros leading the Rockies 2-0. Rangers leading the Angels 12-2. Dodgers lead the Reds 4-1. And that is all for now. As far as final scores, the Yankees defeat the Nationals 11-2. Indians over the Rays 4-3. Braves over the Marlins 12-1. Pardon me. Mariners over the Padres 4-3. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2. Mets sweeping the Phillies 6-0. And the Pirates hold on and beat the Cardinals 2-1. Oh man, let's go. The Pirates still undefeated here in August. Oh my goodness. The Pirates are just gonna dominate the rest of the year. Pete Crow Armstrong is at the plate as Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. He's batting .256 on the year, OPS of .805, 28 homers and 82 RBIs. Yesterday was 2 for 4, and he stole a base. Here's the pitch. That is outside, as it's 1-1. The Dr. Delay. Yes, Ryan. Like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you very much, Sports Restaurant. Appreciate it. 1-1, here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to be a foul ball. Honestly, I don't really push the notifications. You can, of course, include it, but, you really tune in for the game. You don't really tune in for me. Like, I totally understand where I stand on things. I'm just the mediator. I'm just the radio guy. 1-2 count. Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That's hit to first, and that's going to get down for a base hit down the right field line. Matos is there quickly, though, as that took a Giants bounce, and that's going to hold Crow Armstrong at first. Wow. I mean, usually down the right field line is easy, too, especially for Crow Armstrong, but taking a Giants bounce. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson batting .246, OPS of .702, 18 homers and 58 RBIs. Yesterday was 1 for 3 with a walk. This news is most exciting as Wisenhunt delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Ramos has it, throws to third, where PCA is just going to chill at second. So runners at first and second already here in the top of the second with nobody out. And that'll bring up Matt Shaw. Matt Shaw's batting .230, OPS of .705, 11 homers and 34 RBIs. Yesterday was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Even if they missed the playoffs, the Mets have handled the arch nemesis Philadelphia. Nonetheless, yeah. I don't know. I think they're trending in the right direction, Bing. Wisnant looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That is upstairs for ball one. Let's eat crow tonight. Ooh, well, I don't know. Not looking good. Not looking good for the Giants right now. Again, the Cubs had bases loaded in the first. Couldn't push anyone across. Right now, first and second with nobody out. Here is the 1-0. Chopper, and that is going foul. I need water. Man, oh man. 1-1 here to Matt Shaw. As Wisnant comes to a set, looks back at second. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 80 below the zone. Made him reach for it. Will the Mets make this year's playoffs? I mean, it's very doable if they keep playing like they did. I mean, the Reds, they have a tough opponent with the Dodgers right now, as it's a 1-2 count to Shaw. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up, and that will get out of play. Again, the Cubs with runners on first and second with nobody out here in the top of the second. Wisnant looks back at PCA at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to center. This is deep enough. I imagine PCA is going to be at third as Lee makes the catch. And, yep, there he goes to third. And that is runners on the corners with one out. Man, I'm stuttering a lot tonight for some reason. That'll bring up Willie Castro. Willie Castro's batting .236, OPS of .708, 11 homers and 30 RBIs. Yesterday, yeah, he pinched hit and was 0 for 1. Lee had the day off yesterday. Gilbert making an appearance out there as he begins his young MLB career, but not out there today as Wisnant sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Shaw needs another double play. That would be unfortunate. It's really how it's felt like the entire, or at least in game one, as here is the 0-1. That is low for ball one. You know, the Cubs, I feel like they were getting on base yesterday, but they just could not finish the job. The Giants, of course, taking advantage, and they performed very well. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. Two and one counts, one out here in the top of the second. Runners on first and third. You could say the corners. I don't know why I said first and third. Here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up. And Ramos is there to make the catch, and he's going to throw home because PCA, the ball gets away, but the catcher was there. Oh, my goodness. I was about to lose it over here. I can't believe that. But we do have Swanson taking it to second. Oh, that was getting a little psychic. Just because PCA was dancing around. That's all he was doing. That rushed the throw from Ramos. Again, that was shallow left, but that's just the speed that PCA has. Oh, man. Yeah, he rushed it. Oh, wow. That'll bring up Nico Horner. He's batting .290, OPS of .709, 4 homers and 50 RBIs. He is 1 for 1 on the night. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Crazy day, just checking in. Have to leave for my 4.5-hour drive to Houston. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. Please be careful, Trisk. Thank you for letting me know. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Yeah, safe travels, Trisk, please. Definitely a lot impacting Trisk right now. That is my dad, everyone. So that just in case you guys were like wondering. Here's the 1-1. That is low for ball 2. 2-1 count to Nico Hoerner. Again, runners at second and third as Whisenhunt's going to step off. Or I think Hoerner. Oh, wait, no. It's a little meeting here with Kisner and Whisenhunt. Having a little chat. The pitching coach coming out. So a little bit of a meeting of the minds here. Again, runners in second and third. Nicole Hoerner. Okay, this guy. I don't think that's good. Still in the corner. Yeah, probably not. Probably not the best. Yeah, we're just going to move on. And the meeting of the minds will end. Again, runners on second and third with 2 outs. It's a 2-1 count to Nico Hoerner, who's already gotten on tonight. All right, I think we're good. I think we're back into action as Whisenhunt sets, kicks, and deals. That is low for ball 3. Again, you do have a base open. That might have been what they were discussing, but we'll see. We'll see as Whisenhunt sets on the 3-1 and delivers. Hoerner hits this to left. That one's back, and that one is gone. Look at that. Nico Hoerner, just his 5th home run of the year, but it's a big one as the Cubs take an early advantage 3-1 over the Giants here in the top of the second. That was interesting. Again, it looked like they were going to pitch around, but that didn't happen. Got to go. Haven't slept at 30. Hey, you have a great night, Sports Roustabout. Snowman, how's it going? Checking in from Indiana. Yeah, no, Indiana's got some nice college football teams right now. Well, of course, Notre Dame. But you cover mostly the as that's going to be in there for a culture, right? The Fever, the Indiana Fever. Again, it looked like he was going to pitch around, because, again, he had some success with Tucker, who struck out, but then he just left that hanging, and Hoerner made him pay. Here is the 0-1 tapper, and that's going to be a foul ball. Tucker just looks uncomfortable at the plate right now. Again, it's a lefty on lefty, so maybe that's why, but yeah, that was very unfortunate for the Giants fans in Whisenhunt. 0-2 counts. Whisenhunt rocks and fires. That is just upstairs, ball 1. Whisenhunt doesn't have it tonight. Well, his ERA is a 4.91, so I could have seen this. Count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He struck him out. Tucker is irate, but that one was clearly in the zone. Probably irate with himself again. I feel like he wasn't supposed to pitch that in the zone to Hoerner, and he made him pay. The Cubs lead 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Go Cubbies, the Western Phillies. I don't know if Cubs fans would appreciate that, but they got the pinstripes and all. Classic organization. Once again, folks, thank you guys all for tuning on in. It really does help out this little channel. Make sure to leave a like, because those likes help out this little channel. And make sure to subscribe as well if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan here, Cubs, Giants, baseball, football, doesn't matter. Sports better. Hey, subscribe. I could be covering a game you want to watch or whatnot. Again, I do bounce around. This is evidence of it. I do mostly Pirates, but of course I have been known to bounce around Major League Baseball. So, I can't show you right now. There I go. There we go. Again, of course, I will be returning to Pittsburgh tomorrow for Pirates and Cardinals. But again, make sure to do it. If you're a sports fan right here and you haven't subbed yet, you might as well do so. Again, it's what I've been doing since opening day, of course. And here's the evidence. It's not like this is a one-time thing. I want to assure you that. I'm just going to go away. Yep, got my subs and that's it. I'm done. No, I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Doubleheader, 2 streams. So again, if you're just a sports fan, sports bet, or whatever, don't hesitate to subscribe. All you're getting is some more play-by-play. Due up for the Giants will be Chapman, Schmidt, and Lee. As we are about to be ready with the bottom of the second, though we are still in a commercial. You take exception to that as a lifelong NL fan. Chapman batting .228, OPS of .767, 17 homers and 46 RBIs. Yesterday, he was 1 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs. As it looks like we returned to action and everyone's just standing around looking at left field. So I don't know what happened. Oh, there's a baseball out there. Okay. Oh, by the way, yeah, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to read as many comments as possible. If you want to just chat about sports, hey, there you go. This is a great opportunity, as here is the pitch that is in there for a called strike. Did you buy a Sunday ticket? Yes. Again, that is really the only way I can watch every Steelers game. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That is way outside for ball 1. Hammer, thank you. Oh my gosh, dude. That's awesome. Oh, you're right. Gifted 2 people, dude. That's so cool. Thank you, man. You're the best. Here's the 1-1. That is inside for ball 2. I appreciate it, man. Definitely helps the channel. It really does. Here is the 2-1. That is in there for a called strike. Count is 2-2. And shout out Snowman. There we go. Gifted membership. Yeah, there's really, I made it 99 cents. I don't really have much to offer. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing for the YouTube thing. All I know is this. As here is the 2-2. That's going to be hit to left. And that's going to get down for a base hit. So Chapman on to begin the bottom of the second. I do have like the pigskin pick'em. We can compete against each other there. That's pretty fun on the ESPN app. And, of course, there's emojis, but it's really Pittsburgh-related stuff for now. I can add more emojis later down the road. But, yeah, I'm just starting out here. So, Casey Schmidt coming to the plate, batting .240, OPS of .725. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 9 homers and 29 RBIs on the season. Yesterday was 0 for 4 at the plate. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Your Guardians suck right now? Well, hey, it happens. Doctor, can we talk about how good Aroldis Chapman has been? He has been really good this year. I hate the fact that we let him go. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to right. Tucker is settling under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Guardians isn't making the playoffs, so I'm going to change my cable. Oh, wow. Okay. How do we subscribe? Well, again, subscribing, you've already done that. It's free. Subscribing to the channel is free. As far as like joining and becoming a member, again, the gifts is just giving memberships. To become a member yourself, you just click the 99-cent option. So, yeah, if you want to do the $4.99, I guess. But that one I was kind of forced to add. As this is Jung-Hoo Lee at the plate. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. He's batting .259, OPS of .737, homers and 47 RBIs. Again, yesterday he did not play. Last appearance was 1 for 4 in Milwaukee. 0-1, here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Go Giants, says Dilated. Yes, thank you for stopping on by. Appreciate you for joining me tonight. I know I saw you in the JJ stream. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. Chopper to first, and Turner's just going to have to take it himself to the bag as there's really no play. This Chapman was kind of moving. That'll bring up Luis Matos. Trying to sound more Hispanic. Batting .212, OPS of .712, 7 homers and 17 RBIs. How much did I pay for Sunday ticket? It was kind of priced. Actually, I kind of finagled it a little bit and used, like if it was a first-time deal, I got it for, I think, $150. I was able to kind of move some stuff around, as that is right down the middle for a call strike, but I think it's normally like $350 or $450. It's kind of ridiculous. It's stupid. 0-1 count to Matos. Did I say what he did yesterday? He was 1 for 3 yesterday. Here's the pitch. That is outside. 96-mile-per-hour fastball makes it 1-1. What do you think Jung Ho Lee had for dinner tonight? Definitely a burger. No, probably not. I don't know. 1-1 counts. Ray looks back at second, kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Glad you're doing the game. Oh, you were? That's awesome. Yeah, no, it must have been really good for you. Giants look pretty good. Little dollar sign in the corner. Yeah. Is it $150 for everyone? You might be able to get the deal. I don't know. The deal might have expired. Just check it out. See what deals they're offering. Here's the 1-2. Checked his swing. He did not. Again, like after the first year, though, you got to pay like $450. It's stupid. Last year, I threatened to leave, and they're like, okay, we'll just do the same price. And then this year, I'm using actually my YouTuber account, my YouTuber Gmail, as a new member, so that's how I was able to do that. I guess in theory, you can create a new account every year. Count is 2-2. Ray sets and fires. That's going to be popped up. Swanson is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. All right, nothing doing for the Giants, so we head to the top of the third where the Cubs lead 3-1 over the Giants. Passed on an $89 ticket 3 rows behind the dugout. Oh, okay. Well, that wouldn't have been too bad. I mean, 89 right there. I don't know. I still think it shouldn't be that expensive, honestly, to be honest with you. Once again, shout out the members and the donors. Thank you again for your support. Again, thank you all, though. Again, you don't have to do that. It's just, it definitely helps me out. But what also helps me out is you clicking on the live stream. That is so awesome. Again, it's just helping grow the channel. Again, make sure to hit the like button if you're a fan of sports. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe at all. $0.00. If you're a sports fan, sports bettor tuning in, if you're a fan of either of these teams, subscribe. I've done a lot of Giants this year. And the Cubs, of course, they are probably going to the playoffs. So I will definitely see the Cubs very, very soon, more often. So definitely do that. And, of course, the scoreboard sponsor is Coffee Beans. Thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for your sponsoring of this segment. The Royals have just defeated the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks currently lead 3-2 over the Brewers. Astros leading the Rockies 4-0. Rangers leading the Angels 12-3. Dodgers currently over the Reds 4-1, and the A's leading the Tigers 1-0. Currently, or as far as games that have completed, Yankees over the Nationals 11-2, Indians over the Rays 4-3, Braves over the Marlins 12-1, Mariners over the Padres 4-3, Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2, Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8, Mets over the Phillies 6-0, and the Pirates just looking so good 2-1 over the Cardinals. All right, looks like we're about to return to San Francisco, where, again, the Cubs lead 3-1. You erased it? Oh, you're falling asleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. All right, here is the pitch to Suzuki. That is outside for ball 1. Suzuki's batting .244, OPS of .797, 27 homers, and 87 RBIs. He walked earlier. As here is the 1-0. That is going to be hit foul. Now that we have a Yankees roster. Yeah, I know. But still. Pay to see David Gilbert. Yeah, well, hey, he could be a future star. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to right, and that is slicing foul. Count is 1-2 to Seiya Suzuki. And the Pirates lead of the Pirates. The Cubs lead 3-1. I was watching the Pirates game earlier. Here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up, and that's going to become a souvenir. A foul ball. Do apologize for that botch right there. One and two count to Suzuki. Top of the third, nobody out. Cubs leading 3-1 over the Giants. Trying to even up the series. As here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right. Will it stay in playable territory? Matos is booking it and can't get there in time. That is a foul ball. Jeez. Matos was given a lot of effort there. Just couldn't get there in time in foul territory. We'll do this again. Once again, a 1-2 count to Suzuki. As Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That is in the dirt for ball 2. Have a poll going. 34 votes in. The Cubs right now, well, obviously, you're probably looking like most people are going to vote for them. 65% of you guys think the Cubs will win. 35% think the Giants will win. I'll keep that poll going for a few more innings. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll bring up Justin Turner. Turner's batting .217, OPS of .610, 3 homers and 15 RBIs. He walked earlier. As they looking at, I don't know why they're looking at mozzarella sticks, but anyway, here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Count is 0-1. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Tried to hold up there, just couldn't do it. 93 on the fastball, 0-2. No, let's reset the voting. I picked Giants, this guy. No, I think we'll keep it. 0-2 count. Turner takes his time stepping into the box. That's why there's a lot of silence there. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to go foul. You misclicked? Oh, Draven, you poor thing. Well, this poll definitely has serious ramifications going forward for you, so it happens. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to right. Matos doesn't even have to be. Oh, well, there he is, as that's going to be caught for out number 2. Yeah, if you get these polls wrong, man, it's pretty much over. It's over for you. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly is batting .260, OPS of .790, 13 homers and 42 RBIs. Again, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the third. The Cubs lead 3-1. As Wisenhunt doesn't like the pitch calm, I guess. Now he likes that one. As here is the pitch. That is a ground ball to short. Adames has it, throws to first. Nice pick by Smith for out number 3. All right, nothing doing for the Cubs as we head to the bottom of the third. Cubs still leading 3-1 in San Francisco. The world is doing pretty much, Draven. It's over. And it's not really the world. It's really whoever voted for the Giants. If you get this poll wrong, it's just bad news for you. I can't tell you. Can't tell you much, but that's all I know. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. Make sure to, again, leave a like and hit that subscribe button. If you're a sports fan tuned in and you haven't subscribed, you might as well, because all I do is more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. And, of course, I'll be doing plenty of playoff baseball on this channel, so definitely do it. Definitely do it. 36 subs away from 700. Let's get it. Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, that would be an amazing day if I got 700 here, but yeah, appreciate it, guys. Again, just clicking on the live stream helps out this little channel a lot. But again, all you're getting is more play-by-play. I got you someone. Hopefully he came on tonight. He said he was a Pirates fan. He was like, OMG, I know a guy. Okay, well, I can't wait to, actually show a Pirates game on the channel. That'll be tomorrow. Again, I do bounce around, and the reasons are because, well, the Pirates aren't any good. And, there'll be some games where it's just like, yeah, I probably could be covering a more exciting matchup. But Yeah, again, it's a sports channel. It is primarily Pirates, and again, that's why JJ referred him. Again, thank you very much, JJ. And by the way, everyone, check out JJ. If you like baseball, check him out as well. He's really good. He is like the best play-by-play guy on YouTube. So you definitely should subscribe to him, as he just crossed 7,000 subscribers. I'm just trying to get to 700. So sorry, sir. I'm very humbled that I'm in your. No, okay, I'm not going to be like that. But I appreciate you for stopping on by. But yeah, no. Again, if you're a sports fan, sports bet, or whatever, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do. I cover baseball and football. Other stuff to be determined. And again, one random hockey game that will be coming up in like January, February. As here is the pitch. That is outside for ball one. This is Andrew Kisner. He's batting 180, OPS of 465, 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Did not play yesterday. Here is the pitch. That is outside. As we're spending time in the bay over there. I don't know what is going on. Here is the 2-0. That is right down the middle for a called strike. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Of course, you are the best. No, I'm okay. Definitely a lot of room to grow. 2-1 counts to Kisner. As now we have more people in the bay, apparently. I don't know. We're just showing the bay. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 3. Again, I do apologize. One thing I got to do a little bit better about that. See, that's another example. When they stop showing the game. They show the crowd. They show the people in the booth. Here's the 3-1. That is upstairs, ball 4. Then I start like, well, I don't know what to say. Baseball, of course. Any sports event, any sports game is best served with you need a color guy. You need somebody else here. As Heliot Ramos is stepping up to the plate. He's batting 264, OPS of 739, 15 homers, and 56 RBIs. You're the best. Yeah, okay. All right. All right, here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Looks like Kelly's going to have a little chat with him as he's just kind of missing wildly here. How long do you have to be here for a mod? Well, I don't know. I'm not just handing out mods. So the mod thing, I mean, it pretty much you have to be like a fellow streamer or like an OG. And, of course, the more I interact with you over time, then I'll be able to trust you. And all that stuff. So we'll see. Jacob, again, you've been here for a little bit. But yeah, JJ, again, he's like, I trust him. He's definitely been very good to the little channel. We do have a mound visit, by the way. Again, I don't want to bore you guys with my stuff. Draven, of course, he's been here pretty much since day 1, really. I think the second baseball stream I did, which was day 2, Pirates Marlins. So that was very exciting. LOL, here's the pitch. That is right down the middle. As that's a big swing and a miss. 1-1 to Heliot Ramos. Again, he's 0 for 1 on the day. Runner on first. Nobody out. Ray sets. Rocks and fires. Ground ball up the middle. And that's going to get through for a base hit. Look at that. The Giants with 2 aboard with nobody out. And that'll bring up Rafael Devers. And, he had a solo shot in the bottom of the first to open up the scoring as he's batting 253, OPS of 841, 26 homers and 85 RBIs. You think your Rangers may just win tonight. There we go. All right, again, there's, I guess, a little bit of a delay on the field because they're showing the bay. That's going to be outside for ball 1. They were not. They show the results. It's all about trust. I've learned not to be so lenient with it either. Count is 1-0 to Rafael Devers. Ray sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is hooking foul. That one was just a hot shot off the bat. Wasn't high, but it was like a line drive. 1-1 count to Devers. Again, runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ray sets on the 1-1. Kicks and deals. Devers hits this to to right center, and that's going to drop in the gap over there. Oh, but it hops over the wall. Oh, that's a killer, as that would have probably knocked in two. But he knocks in one, so it's 3-2 with runners at second and third and still nobody out. Devers has had a pretty good night tonight, as that'll bring up Willy Adames. Again, he's yet to record a hit in the series, batting .223, OPS of .716, 22 homers, and 65 RBIs. As Ray sets and fires. That is low for ball one. Again, Ray, all of a sudden, if you're a Cubs fan, you're listening in, like, what the heck's going on? Ray's just all of a sudden missing his spots. Can't find the zone, and when he does, it's practically right down the middle for these guys. 1-0 count. Ray sets and delivers. That is inside for ball two. Let's go, says Dilated. Yes, he's having a great day. Home run and a double. Has both RBIs for the Giants. 2-0 count. Ray rocks and fires. Adames hits this to right. Tucker is running over and will make the catch for out number one, but they throw to home, and he is not in time. That was a heck of a throw by Tucker. Ramos really had to turn on the Jets there, but it's a tie game, as that was a sacrifice fly. And that will bring up Dominic Smith. He's batting .276, OPS of .726, 3 homers and 22 RBIs. Runner on third, as the other runner was able to tag up, and of course just with one out. Tie ball game just like that. Yeah, we might have a good one. We might have a very solid game, as Ray is like, what is going on? The umpire saying that's on me, like a wide receiver dropping it on, like a wide open pass. You know how they do that? It's like, okay, we know that's on you. As Ray sets and fires. That is outside for ball one. I think that's kind of the most annoying thing. There's a lot of things about football that annoy me now. I love football. Some things the players do, but that one's just dumb. Anyway, 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. I know that was random, folks, but hey, I have to be my own color guy here, so. Not anything's on the table, but, a lot of things are, as it's a 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul, as it's now 1-2. One and two count, one out, runner on third. Again, the Giants have just tied it up, looking for more, as actually Smith will step out and use his timeout. Ray comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That is way inside. I thought it was going to plunk him, but Smith was able to get out of the way. 2-2. Ray rocks and fires. Smith hits this to center. And he makes the catch, and he's going to just yeet it home. Devers is booking it, and that is not in time, as the Giants have just taken the lead 4-3. That'll bring up Matt Chapman, batting .230, OPS of .771, 17 homers and 46 RBIs. Great call. I'm not too sure if it was great, but thank you. Thank you very much. Ray sets and delivers. Ground ball to third. Shaw with a nice play. Throws to first. 2-hopper, 3-hopper, and Turner actually is able to secure it and tag him out for out number 3. But the Giants take the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. They lead 4-3 over the Cubs. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. Again, thank you for even clicking on the live stream. It really does help out this little channel. Make sure to like it up. Hit that like button, as that also, again, helps out the little channel. And subscribe. Subscribe if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan and you're tuned in, if you're a sports bettor, definitely subscribe to the channel. This is what I do, play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, it's a lot of Pirates, but of course I do bounce around. And if you're like, well, I don't want to subscribe to a Pirates streamer, well, what game am I doing right now? Just ask that question. Like, well, is it a Pirates game? No, I do bounce around. And of course, football is just right around the corner. I do a lot of that as well. More on that later. Of course, a special thank you to the members of the channel. Again, it's really awesome that people are willing to just do that. That is so awesome. And of course, Coffee Beans is the scoreboard sponsor, so we're heading to the scoreboard. The Rangers, they are just all over the Angels, 20-3. That is a football score. Oh my gosh. Let's see, that would be the Cowboys over the Chargers because they're the lesser-known LA team. 20-3, unbelievable. Jeez, the Dodgers, they lead the Reds 4-1. The A's lead the Tigers 3-0. Yankees defeated the Nationals 11-2. Indians over the Rays 4-3. The Braves over the Marlins 12-1. Mariners over the Padres 4-3. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2. Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8. Mets over the Phillies 6-0. Sorry, JJ and company. The Royals over the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks defeat the Brewers 3-2. Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1. As again, they're 134-0. That's just an amazing season for the Pirates. And the Astros over the Rockies 4-0. As PCA will step up to the plate to begin the top of the fourth. Here is the pitch that is in there for a called strike. Cole Armstrong is batting .258, OPS of .807, 28 homers and 82 RBIs. He is 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the 0-1. That's a chopper, and that is going foul. Cowboys over the that is a performance. Jeez, 20 runs. 0-2 counts. Wisenhunt kicks and deals. Chopper to second. Throws to first, just gets him by a step. I just love Crow Armstrong. I mean, he just hustles. I mean, he's so fast. I don't know, that's just awesome. Just a grounder to second, but he makes it like, I don't know. I like that. You don't see that much anymore. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's 1 for 1. Batting .248, OPS of .704, 18 homers and 58 RBIs. As Wisenhunt kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. An example of that, again, when it was a shallow fly ball to left, he was at third. All he did was this, and he rushed the throw, and, it didn't lead to anything, but here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to second, and what a catch by Schmidt. What a play by the second baseman, Casey Schmidt. As that'll bring up Matt Shaw very quickly. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Spanning .230, OPS of .703, 11 homers, and 34 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 with a flyout. Wisenhunt delivers. And that'll be hit to left. And Ramos is there, squeezes the glove for out number 3. That was a quick inning. Nothing doing for the Cubs as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Giants lead 4-3. Yeah, well, that was way too quick. I feel like I can't talk about anything else. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. And, the football stuff. So, again, if you're a football fan, tune in. If you're like, well, baseball, that's not really my main thing. I need more delay. Okay, well, this is what I got for you. One, I'll be doing college football games, and, it's going to be kind of random. I got to play the system because the YouTube system for college football is stupid. So, tomorrow we're taking a chance, see how it goes. Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin. As for the NFL, and I know it's like, oh, Steelers fan. I don't need another Steelers fan on my feed. Okay, well, yes, I'll be doing every Steelers game, but I'll be doing 2 games every Sunday. So whatever the time slot is for the Steelers that they don't play in, you guys will be voting for that game. Starting, of course, the first poll will actually be this Monday, September 1st. So, for example, again, the Steelers, they beat the Jets. That's going to happen. Weep and cope if you're a Steelers hater. After that, of course, I'm calling either the Titans, Broncos, 49ers, Giants fans maybe here, 49ers, Seahawks, Lions, and the Packers, or the Texans and Rams. Again, I don't know what I'm calling. You guys will make the call. So, again, that poll will go up Monday. The voting will end, of course, Saturday. Whoever's leading, that's the game I'm calling. You guys will have a lot of say in the games I call this year, 18 of them, in fact. and maybe even more, depending if the Steelers have a Thursday night game or a Sunday night game, whatever. So, again, subscribe to the channel. You guys will have a lot of say on Dr. Delay. Due up for the Giants will be Schmidt, Lee, and Matos to begin the bottom of the fourth. Again, the Giants with a 4-3 lead. As Ray sets, kicks, and deals. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Schmidt is batting .239, OPS of .722, 9 homers and 29 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to the right, but that is out of play. Schmidt is also 0 for 1 on the night. Count is 0-2 as we decide to, again, go to the bay. I mean, it's nice out there, but geez, here's the 0-2. That is outside for ball 1. Dr. Delay, are we friends? Did Pittsburgh win tonight? I mean, Jacob, I'm very thankful for your support. I don't know if I'm going to call everybody my friend here. I hold that word a lot more serious than most people's. That's going to be outside for ball 2. But I do appreciate you in the chat, of course. It's been nice talking to you guys. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 3. Pittsburgh did win tonight, by the way. Yes, the Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1. The Pirates are now, I believe, 134-0 on the season. I can't remember. 3-2 counts. Ray comes to a set and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 94 on the outside corner. That'll bring up Jung-Hoo Lee. He's batting .258, OPS of .729, 7 homers and 47 RBIs. I feel like if I were to, not to keep going on this, because I know it makes me look pretty bad, I'll be honest with you. But, if I were to say you guys are my friend, I think of like Shooter McGavin saying like to all the people, oh, you guys are my friends, or something like that. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped off his foot, as that's a foul ball. Lee is 0 for 1 on the night. Can I call a Guardians game soon? Depends who they play. If they play an NL team in contention, I can probably do that. But we'll see. I really, and it's more of a day-by-day thing. As here is the pitch. Chopper, foul. So 0-2 count to Jung-Hoo Lee. Ray comes to a set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to left. And, oh! Castro misjudged it. Oh, man, so that's going to be a double. It might be an error. I don't really know. But Lee is at second. And he was just kind of going to his left. And then all of a sudden, at the last second, it leaped backwards. And it went over the glove of Castro. Oh, what a yeah, they're going to call it a double. But that was an interesting decision. Who's pitching for Chicago? Colin Ray. Thank you, of course, for stopping on by Zaya there. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. As that's going to bring up Luis Matos, batting .211, OPS of .706, 7 homers and 17 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 on the night. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Rangers winning 23, yeah. 1-0 count. Lee at second, thanks to Castro. Ray kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is getting out of play, as that is a souvenir. Count is 1-1 to Luis Matos, 23-year-old right fielder. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 94 on the upper inside corner. Count is 1-2. Again, Lee is at second. 1 out. Giants leading 4-3. A lot of looking around, so I'm assuming someone called for time. There we go. Ray sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be poked at and hit to right, but once again, that is a foul ball. We play Seattle this weekend. Yeah, sorry, can't do that. This weekend, I feel like I already know what I'm calling. Kind of. I don't. For baseball, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think I'm calling that one, though. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to first. Turner tosses to Ray, covering the bag for out number 2. That'll bring up Andrew Kisner. He walked earlier. Batting 180 OPS of 477, 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Do I have social media? I do, actually. I don't really promote it much. I'm kind of an idiot on there, to be honest with you. I have a Twitter. It's pretty much the same thing, Dr. Delay. Here is the pitch. Chopper foul. So Drdelay. I think that's how I spell it. I might have it the original way on there. I honestly don't use it as much anymore, but I do get on there. 0-1 count to Kisner. Again, runner on third, so just 90 feet away as Ray sets and fires. That's going to be poked to second. Horner throws to first for out number 3. Well, they're able to strand Lee at third, so we head to the top of the 5th. Your score, Giants 4, Cubs 3. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for clicking on the live stream. Really helps out the little channel a lot. And, of course, leave a like. Hit that like button, as that also helps the channel. And, of course, subscribe if you're a sports fan, sports bet or whatever. Again, this is a sports channel pretty much for you guys. As, again, this is what I do play-by-play. It is a lot of Pirates, but, of course, I'll be covering the postseason. And, of course, some random games sprinkled in there. So definitely do that. Definitely do that. Again, this is an example of that. Yesterday was an example. I did this game as well. Once again, it is the end of the 4th. So, again, going over the scoreboard. Thank you again, all the members. And, of course, shout out Coffee Beans for sponsoring the scoreboard update, or the scoreboard from around the league. As the Rangers, again, all over the Angels, 20-3. So, yeah, and the Cowboys over the Chargers in that one. Dodgers lead the Reds 4-1. The A's lead the Tigers 4-0. Final scores: Yankees over the Nationals 11-2. Indians over the Rays 4-3. Braves over the Marlins 12-1. Mariners over the Padres 4-3. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2. Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8. Mets over the Phillies 6-0. Royals over the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks over the Brewers 3-2. Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1. And the Astros defeat the Rockies 4-0. Due up for the Cubs will be Castro, Horner, and Tucker to begin the top of the 5th. Castro's batting .236, OPS of .706, 11 homers and 30 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 on the day. So I thought we were about to return, but apparently we're not. Okay, we are returning to coverage in San Francisco, where again the Giants lead 4-3 as we're about to begin the top of the 5th inning. As we're showing the bay once again. That's what we like to do here. This is what we do here. I am watching the Cubs broadcast, so I guess that's kind of why they're fascinated with it, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. 81 on the outside corner. I'm about to end the poll very soon after this inning. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Again, 72% of you guys think the Cubs are going to win. Of course, you guys place your votes probably a little bit earlier. 28% think the Giants will win. Of course, the Giants with a one-run lead. As here's the 1-1. That's a chopper to second. Schmidt has it. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 1. One away for the Cubs. Now bring up Nico Horner, Horner is batting .291, OPS of .718, 5 homers and 53 RBIs. He's 2 for 2. Of course, had that 3-run home run earlier. I knew Giants you never did, because that's going to be in there for a called strike. Draven has been all about the Giants in this one. Never doubted him. Little no, thank you for stopping by. Need PCA to hit a home run. Okay, we'll see. He is due up very soon. Possibly in this inning, most likely by the 6th for sure, as here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit back, and that is a foul ball. It's going to be tough. Wisenhunt is a lefty. I don't really know the splits for PCA, but PCA, of course, is a lefty. So I don't know if he is just as good against lefties. Here's the 0-2. That is inside as that hits his foot. And Horner will hobble down to first. That did not feel good. That'll bring up Kyle Tucker. He's 0 for 2. He's batting .261, OPS of .833, 21 homers, and 69 RBIs. You are excellent at this. Keep it good. Oh, thank you, Howard. I appreciate that. They are checking out Horner, by the way. Again, he just took a fastball on the foot. I appreciate that, Howard. I really do. That's very nice. Again, I try. Been doing this again since opening day, so we're seeing where this goes. You know, in real life, I work part-time, so obviously it'd be nice for this to kind of take off, but we'll see. I'm just going to take it one day at a time, but I really appreciate that. You know, that's very nice. I try. I really do. Hopefully, I earned that like and subscribe button being pushed. Again, it's free. You don't have to pay a dime. It is going to cost you $0.00. As Kyle Tucker is stepping up to the plate, he is 0 for 2 on the night. Again, a runner on first with 1 out. As Wisenhunt sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Matos is there as Horner's going to stop at second. But look at that. Again, runners on first and second with just 1 out here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's batting .243, OPS of .795. 27 homers and 87 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 with a walk in this one. Wisenhunt at 72 pitches. Of course, that might not be a factor if the Cubs are able to get a few runs here. They might pull them earlier than expected, as here is the pitch. That is low for ball 1, 91 in the dirt. 1-0 count, as there's a little bit of a delay here. A delay on Dr. Delay. 1-0 count. Wisenhunt comes to a set, looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike, trying to check his swing, but that one was well in the zone. 1-1. Wisenhunt looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That is, well, was in the zone, but not according to the umpires. The count moves to 2-1. Doctor is doing some NC State research. Found out Wilson played there. Yep. Yeah, no, he definitely was I guess was the Wolfpack. I can't remember. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit back, and that's going foul. Yeah, Wilson transferred to Wisconsin. Count is 2-2 to Suzuki. Again, runners on first and second with 1 out. Wisenhunt looks back at Horner, kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 3. So the count is full. Again, a big opportunity for the Cubs as Wisenhunt sets, kicks and deals. That is inside ball 4. Wisenhunt can't believe it. Probably upset with himself on the pitch because that pitch wasn't really close. So that'll bring up Justin Turner with bases loaded and just 1 out for the Cubs. Again, the Cubs have had a lot of base runners tonight, though they only, 3 runs through, 4 1/3 is pretty good, but you would have expected a little bit more. Turner is batting .215, OPS of .606, 3 homers and 15 RBIs. There is a mound visit, so a little bit of a meeting of the minds here for the Giants as they are indeed warming up some pitchers. So dilated, yeah, warm up the bullpen. Yep, they're on it. Turner is 0 for 1 on the night with a walk as the meeting of the minds concludes. Again, it's a bases-loaded situation with Justin Turner at the plate. Of course, his best days are behind him, but of course, he is not a bad player by any means. I mean, well, maybe this year, but for the Pirates, he is a starter, so, you know, there you go. Trying to build him up as Whisenhunt sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is just foul. Oh, man, just a few feet outside of that left field line. You went to PNC Park when you all played the guard? Oh, okay. That must have been nice. Pittsburgh-Cleveland rivalry. Well, not in baseball, but, you know, in football, of course. Beautiful ballpark. Of course, they were in a beautiful ballpark tonight in San Francisco, Oracle. Here is the 0-1 chopper, and that is going foul. So very quickly, 0-2 to Turner. Oh and 2 count, bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The Giants clinging to a 4-3 lead. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. So Turner just fighting it off here, staying alive. Looking for his first hit of the night. Of course, he's been on base already. Again, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. As Whisenhunt fires. Chopper right up the middle. Oh, he has it. There's one. Throws to first. Gets him. Oh, my goodness. What a play by the Giants defense. It went off the glove of Whisenhunt. Adames was there anyway, reading the bounce. Flips it to second. And, of course, the throw to first. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for the Cubbies as we head to the bottom of the 5th. The Giants still lead 4-3. Unbelievable. What a play. What a play by the Giants. That was great. That was great baseball. Not so much for the Cubs, of course. Again, I'm neutral. Don't shoot. I know you see the logo here. I promise you, I have no dog in this fight. But that was great. That was great defense. You got to tip your cap to them. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. I appreciate you guys. Again, just clicking on the live stream helps out this little channel a lot. You have no idea. And, of course, leaving a like. Liking the channel also helps. And, of course, subscribing to it helps a lot as well. All you get is more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do. Of course, it is mostly Pirates. I'm not going to lie to you. It is mostly Pirates. But, of course, they're not playing in the postseason. As, most of the games that I do that are not Pirates games are teams that are kind of focusing, like the Cubs and the Brewers and, all that stuff on the NL side of the postseason. Might do a little bit of the AL postseason, but that's only if I'm not able to do an NL game that day. But, of course, again, I'll also be doing football, so definitely, again, subscribe to the channel. Need the Giants under 4.5 runs for $700. Oof, Timothy clinging on for dear life there. Well, I pull for you. I never pull, anyone that puts a bet in the chat. I definitely pull for you because big gamble usually wins at the end of the day. So I pull for all you guys. Got out of the jam for sure. Oh, yeah, you guys did. Due up for the Giants will be Ramos, Devers, and Adames. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. I might think of another one later. We'll see. But 68% of you guys think the Cubs will win. 32% think the Giants. That is going to end right now. As Ramos is stepping up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the night. He's batting .265, OPS of .741, 15 homers, and 56 RBIs. They're showing again this great defensive play. What a flip by Adames. And again, throwing to first. Oh, wow. All right, Ray delivers. And that is outside for ball 1. Here is the 1-0, and that's a big swing and a miss. Strike 1, trying to send that out of the entire ballpark. Count is 1-1 to Ramos. Ray sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. 1-2. Ray comes to a set. Rocks and fires. That is upstairs. 92 on the fastball there. Adames admiring the replay in the dugout. Yeah, no, it was a heck of a play. Heck of a play for sure. 2-2. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All right, that'll bring up Rafael Devers, who's had a great game tonight. 2 for 2 with a double and a home run. He's batting .255, OPS of .845, 26 homers and 86 RBIs. Still on the tablet. Oh, my gosh. Here is the pitch. That is way inside for ball 1. There's that meme. It's like I've been staring at this for 5 hours or something. This is so beautiful. I've been staring at it for 5 hours. That may as well be him. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be upstairs for ball 2. Devers was able to hold up in time. Two and 0. Ray comes to a set, kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, but that is going to go back behind home plate and become another souvenir. 2-1. Ray comes to a set and fires. That is inside ball 3. So Ray clearly showing a lot of respect for Devers. Again, Devers has had a good night. Not so much a good stint with the Giants, but a pretty solid night. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 4. As Devers, again, has his night just gets a little bit better and better. That'll bring up Willy Adames. He is 0 for 1, but with a sacrifice fly as well. He's batting .223, OPS of .716, 22 homers and 66 RBIs. As Ray sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be inside for ball 1. To that one should have been a strike. 1-0. Ray kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to be just foul. Just a few feet, maybe a foot even, left of the left field line. Sorry you're tardy to the party, Head League Softball. Hey, no, you're good. You're good. Appreciate you for stopping on by, man. I appreciate it. But we got a good one so far. The Giants lead 4-3 over the Cubs. Giants struck first, then the Cubs retaliated with 3, and then of course the Giants with 3 to make it 4-3. Here's the 1-1. I don't know if I could have described that way better than I did, but that was horrible. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'm just a disgrace to storytelling everywhere. 1-2 count to Adames as they show the NL Central top 3. The Cubs currently 6 games back with the Brewers' loss today. Here is the pitch. That's going to be poked at and popped up. Turner is in foul territory, is under it, and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Dominic Smith. 0 for 1 with a sac fly of his own. He's batting .276, OPS of .724, 3 homers and 23 RBIs. John Chomby, the Cubs PA guy, is kind of trying to say, like, hey, winning the division might not be the worst, or, not winning the division might not be the worst thing, as that's going to be a chopper foul. He's not wrong. Again, I feel like the NL just, any team can really win it all, in the NL. I think the winner of the NL is going to win the World Series. I just think that's how dominant they've been, or the top teams are. As here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get through the second baseman and the shortstop. Devers is actually going to head to third. PCA throwing to third, and he is. Oh, and the ball got away. The throw actually beat Devers. Devers was slowing up. I guess he didn't think he would even throw it. Devers really got lucky there. I don't know what he was doing. But Shaw wasn't able to field it cleanly. Maybe he couldn't see it. The ball was maybe in between, or Devers was in between the ball. And Devers, again, I don't know what. He was just slowing down. Wow. Anyway, that'll bring up Matt Chapman. He's batting .230, OPS of 769, 17 homers, and 46 RBIs. He is 1 for 2 on the night. There is a little bit of a delay here. I don't know if there's a mound visit or not. Yep, there is. Pitching coach and the catcher having a little chat with Ray. Again, runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. All right, the meeting of the minds has concluded. Again, Matt Chapman at the plate. Already has a hit tonight. Looking to extend the Giants' lead as the Cubs have a lefty. I believe that's Rogers up in the bullpen. I love John Chomby's voice. It's so good. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1. I would do my John Chomby impression, but now I'd be embarrassed to do it. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. Oh, I thought I mistimed it. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. That's a blooper. That's going to drop. Oh, my goodness. It drops in between the second baseman and the right fielder, Tucker. Oh, and it throws and hits off the helmet. And another run's going to score. Oh, my goodness. What are the odds of that? Smith has scored 2 RBIs. The little blooper scores 1. And then Tucker's throw hits Chapman's helmet, and it bounces away. Unbelievable. The Cubs. I don't know. It's just some more bad luck for the Cubbies. Just a little blooper to right. Horner and Tucker couldn't get to it. Tucker then fields it, throws it in, and it hits Chapman's helmet, which bounces over the catcher. And Smith was able to take advantage. This is amazing. I've never seen that before. As here is the pitch. Schmidt, I should say, pops it up. But that's going to be a foul ball. Chapman is at second, taking advantage of all the craziness. I wonder if that hurt. Chapman's like, what the heck? Like, see, I might as well go to second. Oh my goodness. 0-1 count to Schmidt. Ray kicks and deals. That is in the dirt. Ball 1. This is just unbelievable. If you guys get a chance, I would look up the highlights of this game because this is crazy. What a game. Look at me go. I know how to pick them. 1-1 count. Ray delivers. Schmidt hits this to right, and that is a foul ball. What an inning. 1-2 count. As Chapman takes his lead at second. Ray comes to a set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be poked to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Chapman rounding third, heading for home. Castro, his throw is not in time. And it's 7-3. The Niners have a touchdown against the Bears. The Bears only with a field goal. Wow. That'll bring up Jung-Hoo Lee. He's batting .260, OPS of 733, 7 homers and 47 RBIs. And he is 1 for 2 on the night. And that's going to do it for Ray. That is just a wow. So a pitching change underway in San Francisco where the Giants lead 7-3 in the bottom of the 5th. They're going to step away. I, of course, will be right here. Oh my goodness, what a mess. What has happened? Taylor Rogers is going to be the new pitcher for the Cubs. 2-2 record, 2.23 ERA, WHIP of a 1.36. Appeared in last night's game. 1 inning, only 1 hit allowed, 2 strikeouts, no earned runs. So that is your guy. Again, folks, thank you guys so much for clicking on the live stream. Of course, probably not feeling too good if you're a Cubs fan right now. But again, I try to make it as entertaining. Again, I promise I have no dog in the fight. I do. It just... That's just wild. The Cubs just shooting themselves in the foot. But I appreciate you guys again. Make sure to leave a like, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, this is what I've been doing since opening day, and I have no plans of stopping anytime soon. Of course, I'm on a streak here. Since I have not missed a stream or missed a day of streaming since July 27th. So we're on a good roll. So, yeah, no, definitely join again. I'm not going away. It's not like you're going to sub and then I'm going to disappear. I promise I'm going to be here. And, in fact, I have a doubleheader tomorrow. Of course, it's going to be Pirates and Cardinals, the final game of that series, as the Pirates lead 2-1 there. And then, of course, some college football tomorrow. We got the Miami of Ohio Redhawks as they take on the Wisconsin Badgers. That'll be hopefully a good one. Hopefully I see you guys right there. If you're a fan of college football in general or a fan of those teams, I will be here covering that game. Again, there's Taylor Rogers. He's going to face Jung-Hoo Lee. Lefty on lefty. As Rogers sets. And there's a pickoff attempt, but Schmidt is back safe and sound. Schmidt, not really known as a speedster, so I don't really know what was going on there. Rogers sets, kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count. Again, the Giants leading 7-3. 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Rogers sets, kicks, and deals. That is right down the middle for a called strike. 1-1. What a game. I know. It's been amazing. Just the back and forth. Well, not really. Well, back and forth a little bit, but just the crazy plays. 1-1 counts. Rogers fires. That is in there for a called strike. Just the crazy plays and, man. 1-2. Rogers comes to a set. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. That pitch was at his shoulders. He struck him out. Giants, again, they score 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th to take a 7-3 lead as we head to the top of the 6th. Rogers in the shotgun. Yes, can't wait to be saying that. Pump fakes. I don't know about fakes the pass there, but yeah, pump fakes. Yeah, that'll be fun. I cannot wait for football. See my Steelers. I can't wait to be disappointed yet again. I'm looking forward to, I guess it's already been 8 straight years with no playoff wins. It'll be 9 this year probably. I'll try to be as optimistic as possible. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for clicking on this live stream. Again, that really helps out the channel. Again, thank you if you're able to leave a like. Hit that like button. That like button, it looks like this. It really helps out this channel. Of course, if you're able to subscribe, that would be awesome. It is free of charge, won't cost you a dime. It will not cost you a dime to subscribe. All you get is more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, a lot of baseball, a lot of football. So if you're a fan of that, definitely subscribe. Of course, if you're a sports bettor, also subscribe. You never know. Maybe I'm doing a game you need some information on. Of course, shout out to my members. I really do appreciate you guys. Again, it's you guys have been... It's been awesome. It's really awesome knowing that you guys are just that supportive, and of course it is the end of the inning. So the scoreboard sponsor is Coffee Beans. So thank you, Coffee Beans, for sponsoring this segment. Dodgers leading the Reds 5-1. A's leading the Tigers 5-0. Final scores: Yankees over the Nationals 11-2. Indians over the Rays 4-3. Braves over the Marlins 12-1. Mariners over the Padres 4-3. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2. Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8. Mets over the Phillies 6-0. Royals over the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks over the Brewers 3-2. Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1. Rangers all over the Angels 20-3. And the Astros defeat the Rockies 4-0. New pitcher for the Giants. It's going to be Joel Paguero. He is not allowed to run this year. This is going to be his third appearance, as he will face Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly is 0-2 on the night. It's batting .259. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs, ball one. OPS of 788, 13 homers, and 42 RBIs. JH lost. He often loses his helmet. Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball two. A gunslinger to A.J. Brown, caught at the 25 and now at the 20. 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles. I hope I don't really have to say that much. Here is the 2-0. That's going to be low for ball three. I don't hate the Eagles, but, I'm tired of them. I don't know. Something about them has kind of annoyed me the last 10 years. Here is the 3-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I normally do pull for him, though. I think it was more my brother. My brother's an Eagles fan. Very obnoxious about it. Very obnoxious about it. And now, of course, they're having a lot of success now. But it is what it is. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be hit to right. Matos is booking it, and he's not going to be able to make the catch. Oh, my goodness. Matos and Smith and Schmidt were all right there. They were kind of looking who's going to get it, and they all decided to say, we'll let the other guy have it. But they were all thinking the same thing, so that's a problem. That is a problem. Who says three minds are better than one? Well, not there. Not there at all. 3-2 count to Carson Kelly. Looking for his first hit of the night. Paguero kicks and deals. Grounder to short. Adames has it. Throws to first for out number one. One away, and that'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Now, there was somebody here earlier that needed him to hit a home run. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, Timothy definitely lost a bet. I'm sorry, Timothy. That is tough. Lil No needed PCA to hit a home run. Here is the pitch. Chopper foul. PCA is 1-for-2. Again, batting .257. OPS of 806. 28 homers and 82 RBIs. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. Ramos makes the catch for out number two. All right, that'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's batting .247. OPS of 703, 18 homers, and 58 RBI. Swanson is 1-for-2 on the night. Bro, Cubs killing me. I'm sorry, Banshee. I am so sorry. Again, there's still plenty of time in this one. The Cubs have a great offense, as that's going to be in there for a called strike on the outside corner. But, the Cubs, if you need them to win for, whether you're a fan of them or whether you have money on them, the Cubs are a great team. Here's the 0-1. It's going to be outside for ball one. So, at any inning, they could. I'm not saying they will, but they could easily just, they could have a 4-run, 5-run inning like nobody's business. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Chopper, and that is going foul. Paguero reached 100 on that one. I didn't realize he was pitching that fast. Count is 1-2. Paguero delivers. That is a breaking ball in the dirt. That was 92. Unbelievable. 2-2 count. 92 mile per hour breaking ball. That is just, it's hard for me to comprehend that. Fathom, if you will. Count is 2-2, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, the Giants still lead 7-3 over the Cubs. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for clicking on the live stream. Just that alone helps out this channel tremendously. You have no idea. Again, make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It definitely helps out the channel. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Again, can't stress that enough. If you are a fan of sports, this is a sports channel. It only makes sense to hit that subscribe button. It's free. You will not get a bill sent to you, I promise. I'm not going to be charging you. YouTube was like, delay, you really got to charge them to subscribe. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that here. It's free. We're going to make it free for everybody. So take advantage. It's free. Subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. And of course, I'll be doing plenty of football. Of course, you know that is kind of a big deal for me. But of course, I won't be abandoning baseball once the playoffs are here. I will be doing plenty of postseason baseball. So of course, the Cubs will be there. So definitely subscribe if you're a Cubs fan. Again, if you're a sports fan in general, Giants. You know, you guys were featured a lot on the channel. Believe it or not, I think you guys are the second most featured team besides the Pirates. So, you know, I don't know if I'll be covering much going forward, but of course for next year, I mean, if we follow the same trend, we'll probably be seeing a lot of San Francisco on the channel. You'll see a lot of orange and black. Of course, there's a lot of black and yellow, black and gold, whatever you like to call it. You know, I started making my thumbnails. You can see it there. But, yeah, it's a lot of orange and black. So definitely subscribe for more play-by-play. Again, that's what I do. Due up is going to be Matos, Kisner, and Ramos to begin the bottom of the 6th, where, again, the Giants lead 7-3 in San Francisco. Matos is batting .209, OPS of .702, 7 homers and 17 RBIs. He is 0 for 2 on the night. As Rogers is still out there, here's the pitch, and Matos hits this to left. But it looks like Castro is there to make the catch for out number 1. Then I'll bring up Andrew Kisner. Kisner's batting .177, OPS of .469, 1 homer and 3 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. John Chambi is very loud in my ear. I don't want to be saying what he says, but almost did on that one. Like, oh, geez. Gee, and Dr. Lay, from a professional, professional, yeah, okay. Any advice to us young and up-and-coming play-by-play announcers out there? Well, I'm not a professional, so I don't know how much help I can be, other than just don't, if you're trying to do it on YouTube or if you're just doing it in general, just, well, I would say get your foot in the door if you can. If you're doing it, like find a local high school, see if they have anyone that does their games. As here is the pitch. That is in there for a cold strike. I every Friday night, starting this Friday, so I was kind of, I had a huge streak there. It's going to come to an end this Friday, but and I'll explain that in a second. As here is the 0-1 from Rogers. That is in there for a called strike. But just trying to find local high school. They're always usually looking for play-by-play guys if they don't have one already, and get in contact to see who does their games. That's what I kind of did. So again, I do the local high school here for football games, and it's a blast. As here's the 0-2. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Of course, I don't get paid much. It's only like $50 a game, and there's only 10 games, but it's something. It's something. And, of course, if you find that you enjoy it, this is kind of what I'm doing here. Whenever you do this, if you do it on YouTube, you cannot start up and just stop. You have to keep going. Like, if you look at my earlier stuff on here, there was a lot of doubts that I had. As Rogers sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ramos batting .265, OPS of 740, 15 homers and 56 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 on the night. But yeah, just keep going. I mean, it might just be you and, a friend, as here's the 0-1. That is inside for ball one. But you just got to keep grinding, never give up. And, of course, this voice, it's kind of like a fake voice. This isn't how I actually talk. You can kind of hear it sometimes squeak through as here's the 1-1. That is, and it hit his foot. So Ramos feels what Horner felt earlier as he's going to take first base. But I don't know. I'm not really great at giving advice. But, yeah, just never give up. Again, find a local, the local high school that you live in or where you live at. And see if they're looking for somebody, whether it's public addressing or, of course, play-by-play. Because football is always king. So I'm sure there's someone covering the game. There has to be. And see what you can do. See if you can get on there. I'm sure there's schools that don't have a play-by-play guy. As Devers is at the plate. Now there's a little bit of a delay. But he's batting .255, OPS of 846, 26 homers, and 86 RBIs. Ramos got hit again, 15th. Oh, wow. Maybe it's because he's such a big guy. They're like, he can take it. But he hit him in the foot there. So there's a little bit of an on-field delay. I do apologize. But, yeah, just don't give up. Just keep going. If you do the YouTube route, just keep on going. Do not give up. I'm just starting. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. I'll kind of pick fun of myself a little bit. But, again, this is where I started. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Now, I have been doing it since opening day as the 0-1 count. Rogers looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. Hold on a second. That one is gone. Oh, my goodness. Devers with his 27th home run of the season. He went oppo on a lefty. As it's now 10-3 here in San Francisco. Oh, my goodness. What a night. I was saying, it might not get much better, or it gets better and better, but, man, what a night. If you had Devers in fantasy or, for betting, you probably hit. So it's 10-3. So that'll bring up Willie Adames batting .222, OPS of 714, 22 homers, and 66 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there, but it's not called a strike. He is over 2 with the sacrifice fly. But let's see. I actually started off. I did a little bit of football, but I was just kind of goofing off. But look at this game, like right here, as that's going to be fouled back. 1-1. Iowa and Oklahoma. It was a women's game. Just doing it just because, again, seeing what I could do. 31 views. It was pretty much just me and whoever was just clicking on buys. That's a swing and a miss, strike two. Tonight, I have 75 people at right now, currently. That is just, again, it's awesome. But if you start this, it's going to be lonely. You're just going to have to keep going. You got to be entertaining. I try to be. I'm not really say I'm professional. I'm not. But I try. I'm mimicking one. Here's the 1-2. That's a ground ball to short. Swanson has it, throws to first, gets him by a step for out number 2. I didn't even go back to the actual thing. My bad, guys. That'll bring up Dominic Smith. He's batting .280, OPS of 731, 3 homers and 23 RBIs. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI and, of course, a sacrifice fly. I don't know if that helped at all. GN probably didn't, but I don't know. Just get your foot in the door, and then things will happen. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. I don't know if play-by-play with JJ's here, but he's he's very good. As here's the pitch. That is outside for ball one. He's very wise. I would say he can give you some good advice as well if I failed there. But, just don't give up. 1-1 count. Rogers kicks and deals. That is a swing and a miss. Strike two, 92. Above the zone, and he swung. Dodgers are the first team to sweep the Reds. Wow! It has been done. The Dodgers swept the Reds. Too bad the Giants didn't carry this energy to say, oh, yeah, I know. Seabass there. Here's the 1-2. That is outside for ball two. Again, the Giants, they started off the season so well. In fact, I wrote down, the Devers trade. They are now 23-37 since they made that trade. But, I mean, they just collapsed. As here is the 2-2. Called strike three right down the middle. He struck him out. But, hey, the Giants with a 3-run home run, thanks to Rafael Devers, as they take a 10-3 lead heading into the top of the 7th. I'll have to, very thoughtful. I try. I don't know if that was much there, but, but yeah, as far as for an actual job, again, it doesn't pay. Sports guys, they will pretty much do it for free. Me, I won't, but, I love it. I love sports just as much, if not more than everyone, but I understand that you also have to, get some money. My hope is that, maybe that could lead to something. Probably won't. Maybe someone's listening out there, and, of course, maybe this, maybe someone out there, hey, that's pretty good. Maybe we'll pick them up. We'll see. I could be a YouTuber, though. That would be kind of fun. Let's see here. Once again, it's the end of the 6th inning. So again, a shout out to all the members. Again, thank you very much for your donations. It's been really awesome. It's really cool knowing that people will do that. And of course, Coffee Beans is our scoreboard sponsor. So that's where we're headed. We're headed to the scoreboard. What do we have here? We have the A's. They lead the Tigers 5-0, and that is the only other game happening. Yankees over the Nationals 11-2, Indians over the Rays 4-3, Braves over the Marlins 12-1, Mariners over the Padres 4-3, Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2, Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8, Mets over the Phillies 6-0. Let's see, the Royals over the White Sox 12-1, Diamondbacks over the Brewers 3-2, Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1, Rangers over the Angels 20-3, Astros over the Rockies 4-0, and the Dodgers over the Reds 5-1. I'm glad it was a good Dodgers team sweep. Yeah, no, that's wild. Stepping up to the plate will be Matt Shaw. He's batting .229, OPS of 700, 11 homers and 34 RBIs. That pitch is inside, almost hit him for ball 1. Shaw is 0 for 2 on the night. I think I should get to sponsor the Rangers score. I guess so. Yeah, why not? Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So it's 1-1, though the scoreboard says 0-1 for some reason. Guess they missed the first pitch. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to be a foul ball. If you don't include the Japan series, the Cubs are the last team to not get swept. Giants might get the job done. We'll see. I unfortunately won't be able to cover this game tomorrow, as I will be doing Pirates and Cardinals, but it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. 1-2 count. Peguero sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Shaw. So that'll bring up Willie Castro. He is 0 for 2. Spanning .235, OPS of 704, 11 homers and 30 RBIs on the season. Of course, again, that doesn't mean, just because I'm not covering tomorrow, doesn't mean this will probably be the end of the road for the Cubs and Giants on this channel. I assure you, I'll probably be back to both, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Cubs, of course, for the postseason. Giants are frequently featured on the channel. Not as much as the Pirates, of course, but it's like once every 2 weeks, sometimes even more, as that's going to be a breaking ball in the dirt. But I guess he committed. They're saying strike 2 as we're showing the bay where everyone's just trying to attack each other. I'm sure that's fair. Okay, well, anyway, it's an 0-2 count, I guess. I don't know. We're showing the bay and everyone kayaking. You can see I get a little mad when they don't show the game. I apologize, guys. 0-2 count. Peguero sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 away. That'll bring up Nico Horner. He's had a pretty good night, 2 for 2. Trying to remember what happened. Was that a sacrifice fly? Yeah, it was a sacrifice fly. Spanning 291. OPS of 719, 5 homers and 53 RBIs. Reds are 4 games back from the Mets. Oof. Yeah, I know. That's going to be in there for a called strikeout. 101. Jeez, Oh, no, it's a hit by pitch. It's hit by pitch. That's right. I'm an idiot. 0-1 count. Peguero sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike as it's 0-2. Count is 0-2 as Horner steps back in. Peguero sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Nico Horner, his WAR over the last 4 seasons, 4.3, 4.6, 3.9, this year 3.4. Of course, he's still got plenty of games to go. Here's the 0-2. That is in the dirt, ball 1. Yeah, the Reds, they look like they could sneak into that final spot, but the Mets, again, with that sweep of the Phillies, I don't think they were expecting. Of course, the Reds then getting swept by the Dodgers as Horner hits this to left center. Lee at the warning track is under it, though, and makes the catch for out number 3. Horner gave it a good ride, but nothing coming of it. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, the Giants lead the Cubs 10-3. Oh, man. Once again, appreciate you guys for even clicking on the live stream. It definitely helps out this little channel a lot. Make sure, of course, to leave a like, hit that like button, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. It's free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe. All you get is more baseball and football. And as I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, I did a college basketball last year, so I'll probably be doing that in between that awkward period of February and March for content. Yeah, that was pretty fun doing March Madness. So that'll be fun. But yeah, again, it's sports, so definitely, again, if you're a sports fan that's tuned in right now, definitely subscribe. That's what you get. You get more sports. And if you're a sports bettor, again, I might be covering a game you need information on. Let's look at the wild card standings again. The Reds now 4.5 back. Of course, I'm sure they were not expecting the Mets to sweep the Phillies, and then for them to finally get swept and by the Dodgers. Of course, there's still plenty of games to go. Just under 30 games left to go, so it's still doable, but they definitely need to get it together, as the Mets may have found their form. Of course, the Cubs, with the loss, they're still going to hold that number 1 spot, but they got to take advantage of a Brewers team that just lost to the Diamondbacks. They're 4-6 in the last 10. We'll see. I'm playing online blackjack on my phone while I watch. Never been dealt so many 5s and 2s. This guy. All right, new pitcher for the Cubs. It's Jordan Wicks. 0-1 record, 8.68 ERA. Appeared yesterday. 1 inning pitched, no earned. As the Giants will send Matt Chapman to the plate. He is 2 for 3. Here is the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Batting .232, OPS of 771, 17 homers and 47 RBIs. He's, again, 2 for 3 on the night. As Wicks kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that will go out of play for a souvenir. Good news, Reds are off tomorrow. Count is 1-1 to Chapman. As Wicks sets, rocks and fires. Chapman hits this to left. It's a line drive. If it stays fair, it's gone. It is gone. Another home run by the Giants, this time by Matt Chapman, his 18th home run of the season. And the Giants, they're just padding their stats at this point. They're up 11-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. What a performance What a performance. Oh, jeez. That'll bring up Casey Schmidt. He's batting .241, OPS of .724, 9 homers and 30 RBIs. Dilated loves it. Here is the pitch. That is a swing and a miss. 83 in the dirt. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Wicks sets, rocks, and fires. That is low for ball one. 1-1 count. Nobody out, nobody on. Giants leading 11-3 in the bottom of the seventh. Wicks kicks and deals. Ground ball. Oh, right to Wicks. Throws to first for out number one. He stopped it with his foot. Didn't know where it went. Then he looked down. It was right there. Able to recover in time, of course, and throw it to first. That'll bring up Jung-Hoo Lee. He's 1 for 3. Spanning .259, OPS of .732, 7 homers and 47 RBIs. As there's a little bit of a delay, Wicks looking around. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in tonight. A lot of runs scored, though you'd prefer it to be a little bit closer for the excitement. But, hey, 11 runs is pretty exciting. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt for ball one. Count is 1-0. Wicks kicks and deals. That's going to be hit right to short. Swanson is there to make the catch. 2 outs. And that will bring up Luis Matos. He is 0 for 3 on the night. He's batting .207, OPS of .696, 7 homers and 17 RBIs. Wicks sets, rocks and fires, and that'll be low for ball 184 on the radar gun. Count is 1-0 for Matos. Wicks kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to center. Armstrong is under it and will make the catch for out number 3. All right, nothing doing except for the fact that we had Matt Chapman hitting a home run, another home run. Giants lead 11-3 in this one as we head to the top of the 8th. Again, it's just been the Giants popping off. I'll go ahead and show you again. 11 runs on 11 hits. It's been it's been a performance for the Giants. If only the Giants can do this every night, they would probably still be in the playoff picture. Again, it's very unlikely. They're not completely out. I mean, they're, I think, 7.5 back? 7.5 after tonight. They'd be 7. That's going to be pretty tough to do in a month. It's been done before. I wouldn't put money on it, though I'm sure that probably appeals to some of you guys. Once again, folks, it's the end of the 7th inning. So, again, a shout-out to our members. Again, thank you all so much for your support. And, of course, Coffee Beans, who was our scoreboard sponsor. And tonight, Hammer is our honorary Texas Rangers scoreboard sponsor. As, again, the A's lead the Tigers 5-0. Yankees defeated the Nationals 11-2. Indians over the Rays 4-3. Braves over the Marlins 12-1. Mariners over the Padres 4-3. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2. Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8. Mets over the Phillies 6-0. Royals over the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks over the Brewers 3-2. Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1. Astros over the Rockies 4-0. Dodgers over the Reds 5-1. Of course, Hammer sponsoring the Rangers tonight 20-3 over the Angels. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That really helps the small channel out. Again, it's a lot of play-by-play, and all I do is sports, baseball, football, and football. So, again, if you're a sports fan, this is a pretty good channel for you. Tristan Beck is going to be pitching in the 8th inning here. 4.95 ERA, whip of a 1.16. As in steps in Casey, and that's going to be a foul ball. Owen Casey, again, a young rookie, batting .250 OPS of 736. Did appear last night, also pinch hitting, and he was 0 for 1. 0-1, here is the pitch. Chopper, and once again, going foul. Count is 0-2 to Casey. Beck delivers. That is upstairs, ball 1. 1-2 count to the young right fielder. As Beck kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Casey looking back at the pitcher. I don't know if he's looking at the scoreboard behind him. It looked like it was looking right back at Beck. So that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki batting .243 OPS of 790, 27 homers and 87 RBIs. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks on the night. Beck sets and fires. That's going to be hit, and that is going to be a foul ball. Count is 0-1 to Suzuki. Again, nobody on. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Giants all over the Cubs, 11-3. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. That is outside. 1-1. This game moving a lot faster than last night's 2 hours. Despite all the runs. We're in the 8th. As that's going to be a breaking ball in there for a called strike. 1-2. 1-2. Beck fires. Swing and a miss. Sweeper outside the zone. As Suzuki just couldn't lay off it. And that is out number 2. That'll bring up Justin Turner, who was 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. He's batting .214 OPS of 602. 3 homers and 15 RBIs. As Beck sets, rocks, and fires. That is upstairs for ball 1. Thank you for calling the later games. Been here almost all. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. And yes, folks, Elizabeth's name is actually is Nick. Yeah, no, appreciate you. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Yeah, it just kind of worked out to where I was able to get some later games. I know it's been a while. I know you're probably like kind of annoyed with that, and I do apologize. But now I've been able to get it the last few days. As thank you, Hammer. Oh my goodness, dude. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be chopped foul. Jeez. Thank you, Hammer, for another gifted, man. That is so awesome, bro. Draven, you're the lucky recipient. So you get some logos that you get to use for a month. And, of course, now you have access to the Pigskin Pick'em, so you have a month to get in there. Of course, it starts in about a week or so. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is going to be in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 8th. Again, the Giants leading 11-3. Beck kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 3. Of course, I just realized, Nick, that probably in about a month, once postseason baseball starts, there'll be baseball almost every night. As here is the 3-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to be a foul ball. Still haven't really made up my mind on the Sunday night football games because, again, like every streamer in the world, including their mom, is probably going to be streaming those games, so I don't know. I know I should, but here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit right to short. Adames with a little bit of a hop as he makes the catch for out number 3. So nothing doing for the Cubs. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Giants lead 11-3 in San Francisco. Of course, I mean, later down the road I probably will, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The channel's growing, though. Again, appreciate you guys for clicking on this live stream. Really, again, it really helps. I'm not kidding when I say that. It's like so... It helps. It really helps when you just click on it. Again, a super thank you. If you're able to leave a like, it tells YouTube that, hey, despite the low subscriber count, it's doing pretty good. So, again, that really does help out a lot. And, of course, subscribing to the channel helps out a lot, as that'll steadily push me up the more subscribers I have whenever you search Cubs, Giants, or, whatever. It does help a lot. So, again, thank you for even clicking on it. But a super thank you if you're able to subscribe. Again, it is free. You won't have to pay a dime. Those are donations. You don't have to look at that. You're like, well, I mean, this guy's giving him money. No, it's donations. It's not subscribing. But, again, thank you, Hammer. You've been very, very... I'm very gracious for that. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Grateful is what I said. You've been gracious. I've been grateful. That's what I meant to say. English is not Englishing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you enjoy sports, this is a channel for you. It's a sports channel, and this is what I do. If I do miss a night, I assure you I'll be back the following day. Like, it's going to happen. But I have yet to miss a day since July 27th. So we've been here. And of course, this Friday I will be calling my local high school game, so I will be missing a few Fridays, but, of course, I'll be back that Saturday with some football and, of course, baseball, depending on the matchup, depending on what's happening. And, again, I'll probably be doing more like two streams at least. Again, Saturdays and Sundays guaranteed. So, and the voice can keep going. I'll keep going. As McGuire is out there, looks like, oh, my goodness, we have some, we have some position players on the mound, 40 mile per hour. That's way upstairs. 39, that's going to be inside for ball 2. 2-0 counts to Andrew Kisner. Here's the 2-0. Kisner hits this to left, but that is right to Castro for out number 1. Kisner not being able to take advantage of the position player. So, yes, Reese McGuire is the pitcher for the Cubs, and, yes, that is a position player. As Ramos is at the plate. Here's the pitch. And Ramos hits this to left. Castro at the warning track. That one's gone. Look at that. Ramos with the home run, padding his stats, of course, his 16th home run of the season. As it's now 12-3, Giants and the Cubbies. No, you've been so supportive, Hammer. I appreciate you, man. That is awesome. It's just a reminder that, hey, you know what? I'm not doing too bad. So I just got to keep progressing, of course, as here is the pitch to Devers. That's actually in there for a called strike. 39 mile per hour ephus, I guess. Here's the 0-1. And that is high, but that's called a ball. That is way upstairs. I mean, it's called a strike. Pardon me. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Devers hits this, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So Devers is on. Again, this is the type of game it's going to be for a little bit here. As that'll bring up Willie Adames. It's batting .222, OPS of .713, 22 homers and 66 RBIs. That was Jamie and Pearl Jam. I got the notification. Awesome. You should take Sunday night off for you and the family. I probably will. That's going to be high for ball 1. Probably will. Again, Sunday nights, I won't be competitive in those games for a while. Here's the 1-0, and that'll be inside for ball 2. 2-0, here's the pitch, or toss, I should say, as that's going to be high for ball 3. Again, if you're just tuning in, we have a position player on the mound, so it's been that type of game for the Cubs. Here's the 3-0. That is inside for ball 4. So runners on first and second for the Giants. That'll bring up Dominic Smith. It's batting .279, OPS of .727, 3 homers and 23 RBIs. Of course, I will be doing like some. I know the Steelers play a Sunday night game. At least twice, I think, because that's going to be upstairs, but it's called a strike. Tossing it in at 45 miles per hour. McGuire tosses. That's going to be in there, but it's called a ball. 50 miles per hour. That was the fastest he's thrown. 1-1. Here's the toss. That is upstairs for ball 2. 2-1. McGuire tosses. And Smith hits this to right. Casey at the wall makes the catch for out number 2. Endeavors has to retreat back. That one was way out of the zone, but he just gave it a good rip. That'll bring up Christian Koss. It's pinch hitting for Matt Chapman. Doctor, do they still make NFL fathead stickers for... I don't know, actually. It's been a while since I've seen a commercial. I know that was like the thing when I was younger. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Never got one. And that's probably for the best. Want to know, here's the pitch. Koss, grounder to short. Tosses to second for out number 3. So, hey, the Giants score a run thanks, of course, to Ramos' home run off the position player on the mound. It's 12-3. We head to the top of the ninth. The Cubs with one last chance. They need 9 runs to push this into the bottom of the ninth. 4-1 final time, of course. I will, of course, be going over again. Thank you very much. Hammer's been very gracious, of course, with the donations. I'll have to rearrange this somehow. Maybe I have to make the print smaller. But again, thank you all the members for your support. That is so awesome. And, of course, thank you, everyone, for just tuning in here tonight. That really helps out the channel. Just clicking on the live stream really does that. And, again, make sure to leave a like, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you are a sports fan. I assure you, we're going to be doing plenty of sports for a long time. All right, scoreboard again. Thank you, Coffee Beans, for being the scoreboard sponsor. Let's see here. The A's lead the Tigers 5-0 as they head to the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees to be the Nationals 11-2. Indians over the Rays 4-3. Braves over the Marlins 12-1. Mariners over the Padres 4-3. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-2. Blue Jays over the Twins 9-8. Mets over the Phillies 6-0. Royals over the White Sox 12-1. Diamondbacks over the Brewers 3-2. Pirates over the Cardinals 2-1. Astros over the Rockies 4-0. And the Dodgers over the Reds 5-1. Finally, the Reds have been swept this year. Again, Hammer deciding, I'll go and let it slide tonight. Hammer's the scoreboard sponsor for the Rangers, sponsoring the Rangers tonight, 20-3. Of course, he's gifted so many, so, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. All right, let's see here. We have Carson Seymour. Carson Seymour is going to be on the pitch in the top of the ninth, 3.92 ERA, whip of a 1.4, as he will face Kelly, Crow Armstrong, and Bush, most likely. As, again, we do have a guy that bet earlier on PCA needing a home run, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Who was that again? I can't remember. I apologize if you're still here. You may not. You've already probably departed. But anyway, some guy needed PCA to hit a home run. Here's the 0-1. That is in there, but it's not called a strike. Doctor had said $120 for one. I swear they weren't that expensive. They weren't. Everything's expensive now. I hate it. 1-1 count. Seymour kicks and deals. That is low for ball 2. Texas, he's already dead. I know, Steve. Steve, they were all over the Angels today. I know, that's wild. The Cowboys defeating the Chargers 20-3. That is rare. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be popped up. Smith moseying on over and makes the catch for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong again. Somebody needed him to hit a home run. This is the last chance. He's batting .257, OPS of .804, 28 homers and 82 RBIs. He is 1 for 3 on the night. Got a really good pitching matchup tomorrow. Shota Imanaga versus Logan Webb. Really solid pitchers tomorrow. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Again, if you're just tuning in, the Giants, they are definitely in control of this one. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Lee, though, is under it and makes the catch. Round number 2, so no home run for Crow Armstrong tonight. I'm very sorry. That'll bring up Michael Busch, pinch hitting here. Spanning 261, OPS of 827, 24 homers and 74 RBIs as the Cubs face their final out. Is that Busch? That doesn't look like Busch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to the left, and that is going to be foul. It is Busch. When they announced Eovaldi was out for the season, I figured we were done, but then we scored 27 runs in 2 nights, so who knows? Who knows? You're right. Here is the 0-1. That is outside for ball 1. Do you think Ron Washington will retire this year? I couldn't tell you. I know that he clearly loves the game if he's still going. So I don't know. That's kind of a coin flip there, Steve. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt, ball 2. That's a good one. Yeah, no, shoot, but again, you're not really going to have much of a shot to win any. I don't know what he really wants to do. You know, the Angels just seem to always be a disappointment regardless who they have. As here is the 2-1. That is low for ball 3. 3-1 to Michael Busch. Again, he's making his first appearance of the night with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Seymour kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 as the Cubs are down to their final strike. I think his health issues might affect that. I hope he's just healthy, whatever he does. Yeah. Here is the 3-2. That is in there, but it's not called a strike. So Busch gets a 2-out walk, and this game will continue, at least for the moment. And that'll bring up Matt Shaw. Setting 228 OPS of 698, 11 homers and 34 RBI. Shaw is 0 for 3 on the night. Seymour sets and fires. That is right down the middle for a called strike. If you like field goals, tonight was the night. Again, the 49ers with 4 field goals over the Bears, 12-3, as that's going to be low in the dirt. Dilated says bad call. Yeah. No, it was not a good call. It was right at the knees. Count is 1-1. Runner on first. 2 outs. Giants lead 12-3. Seymour sets and fires. That is outside for ball 2. 2-1. Seymour kicks and deals. Ground ball to third. Oh, what a play. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 3. And the Giants all over the Cubs today. 12-3 is your final. Of course, that will appear in the middle of the screen. So, again, it's just, that was wild. There we go. 12 runs, 13 hits, an error for the Giants. The Cubs with 3 runs and 5 hits. Of course, the Cubs also drew 4 walks. I mean, they were pretty good. I mean, well, kind of. They were good earlier in the game. Then they kind of just fell apart, couldn't get on base anymore. Rams scored a field goal. Cowboys scored 3 touchdowns and missed the extra point. This guy, I think you mean 2 touchdowns there. I was thinking the Chargers because the Angels are the lesser known team in LA, and the Rams are more known than the Chargers. I would say this me. I mean, obviously the Chargers are known, but popular prestige wise, I would put the Rams over the Chargers. Anyway, appreciate you guys all tuning in. That does mean a lot to me. I do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to leave a like, hit that like button, and of course subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Again, I'll be doing plenty of baseball if your team is going to the postseason, or hey, you're just a sports fan in general. Definitely subscribe. Plenty of NL postseason coming up. Of course, again, I'll be doing the Pirates tomorrow. I got a doubleheader, Pirates and Cardinals. Got to return to my team, of course. And then, of course, if you're a fan of college football in general, or again, just have money on the game, or a fan of these two teams, Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin tomorrow night. So, again, I appreciate you guys so much. Oh, I don't know why I combined Hammer this game and that game for some reason. I'm an idiot. Yep, my bad. That's on me. Wide receiver dropping a open pass in the middle of the field. That's on me, guys. But I appreciate you guys again. And again, if you're a sports fan, this is a great channel for you. Again, shout out all the members. Again, I appreciate you guys. If you do want to support the channel, again, the Delay Diehards, I, again, made it the lowest I possibly could. 99 cents a month. That's it. I understand the times we live in, so that's why I'm not going to be like, I'll promote that just once. I do shout out the members, but I will promote that just once a stream. Now, if I go unemployed, then, might have to promote that a little bit more. But no, I appreciate you guys for, again, just tuning on in. That it really does help out a lot. But let's see if I can send you guys elsewhere. I don't know if I can. Let's see here. Probably shouldn't be showing you guys all that. I mean, it's not like I'm hiding anything, but all right. Let's see. I don't know. Probably not. Probably no one's on, if I had to be honest with you. Let's see. Yeah, nobody is on. Okay, so I can't send you guys anywhere. I failed to do so last night. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much. I'll be back on Pirates Cardinals tomorrow afternoon at 1:10 Central, 2:10 Eastern. And I guess that would be 11:10 Pacific time. If you're just, again, a sports fan in general, feel free to join on in. Chat about whatever you like. Again, I'm a sports channel. This is what I do. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have – I need to get a post-game wrap or something like that. We need to chat about just stuff after the stream. I haven't really been doing that. I did that a few times, but I need to do that a little bit more. We might do that in the future. But for now, I wish you guys all a great Wednesday night or Thursday morning if you're on the East Coast. Yeah, anyway. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Y'all take care. And again, thank you guys so much for again, just hanging out just while I call this game. Y'all take care. I may see you guys tomorrow. Again, I'll be doing Pirates, Cardinals, and the Miami of Ohio Redhawks and the Wisconsin Badgers. Subscribe. Do it right now if you haven't done so already. I will see you later. Y'all take care.